Bonjour, today we are taking a look at a couple of rules about adjectives in French. Quick disclaimer before we start, I'm using 3 images that I found on the web and they were perfect for what I wanted to show, so there was no need to redo them. But the presentation is mine, that's my own work. Okay, so about adjectives in French, they are, as a general rule, always placed right after the noun that they do modify. And they will carry the markers for that noun. Whether it's feminine, we'll have a marker, and if it's plural, we'll have one also. Let's look at some examples. Joe Biden est américain, Jill Biden est américaine. We have an E. Ils sont américains. We had an S. Quick rule. There could be the entire female population of the Biden family and only Joe as a male. We would still use il, the masculine form, okay, for the subject, for the adjective. That's something that you don't see in English because you have they, which doesn't carry any gender. Okay, so we'll do the same thing for Emmanuel Macron, il est français, Brigitte Macron est française. We carry the E for the feminine form. Monsieur et Madame Macron, we have a plural, donc sont français. And you notice that the plural form of that adjective is the same as the singular one, simply because the singular form already has a S at the end, and we cannot have 2 S ending a word in French. That doesn't work. And the last one, Justin Trudeau est canadien, Sophie Grégoire est canadienne, ils sont canadiens. We follow the same rules with a little distinction is that we double the consonant here. Okay? The other thing that I wanted you to notice is that none of these adjectives have an uppercase letter. They do represent nationalities, but they are used grammatically as adjectives, and we would never put an uppercase letter to an adjective in French. Okay, so let's review that little schema that I really like. So the general rule, the main rule, for the feminine form you add an E. Okay, so that's our rule. You have the adjective in the masculine form and you mark the feminine by adding an E. And for the plural you add an S. Okay, that's a general rule. But there are exceptions. If your adjective in the masculine form already ends by an E, just like with the consonant, we cannot double that E. It doesn't make sense. So it will be the same for masculine and feminine. We have also seen that if it ends by a consonant, sometimes we will double that consonant to make the feminine form. It is more common when you have nasal vowel. Mignon, that's nasal, if you remember that lesson. So we will double it and we get an oral vowel. Mignon, mignonne. Okay, that opens and it becomes oral instead of nasal. Same thing for Brésilien, brésilienne, Italien, italienne. And sometimes it's just completely different. Either the ending or the form itself is different. That happens. Okay, that's it for today. À bientôt. Au revoir.